Now we're actually.
Okay, don't do that.
Do what?
Wait, you got to give him the headphones
Why?
because he's our guest. Once he gets here,
Well, nah.
you can still hear everything.
Right, I can still hear everything, but I don't want to take them off and then,
Smart.
yeah.
True.
Like, let him
Let's
think.
hook him up
Yeah, just.
with them being nice and
just
wipe those
set it up.
down.
Oh, they got that gym sweat all on them.
Yeah,
They got
that's
that gym
good stuff.
swagger.
Gym
Are we
swag.
live now?
We're live. We should definitely be live.
Ladies
live.
and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We are live on 247 Live, stream 247live.com. If you're watching right now and you're on your computer, my biggest suggestion is to take the time to go to your Roku device or your Apple TV device and download the 247 Live app. And what that'll do for you is you can watch us on the big screen. I'm going to tell you right now, the app that we have on the big screen is phenomenal.
It's beautiful, man. I tell everybody, like, go check out the app. It looks a lot like Netflix or Prime Video or Hulu. Like, when you're in there, we're all in the world we live in, the digital age we live in, we're all used to that look. Videos displayed in rows and sections and categories. That's exactly how this is. So when you open up the app, it's going to feel very familiar and intuitive.
And it looks great. It's super high def. It's super awesome. And right now we have the man, the legend, the best matchmaker around, Jim.
Easily. Oh, easy, Jim.
His name
this
used
is
to
a no
be
gun zone. Didn't you see the sign on the
I
door?
didn't see that.
Yeah.
His name used to be Jim Sahara Mooney.
Yeah.
But he's now Jim Buck Mooney is the new one.
Buck Mooney. Read
So-
the return of the buck.
I like it.
So Jim, welcome to the podcast. You aren't on this all the time, so give us a spiel or
Well,
something.
I'm here to defend the Android users because there's no way for us to get the app. We talked about this a little bit off air. How you doing? I'm Jim.
Yeah.
Brad.
The man of
Pleasure
the
to
hour.
Meet you. Yeah.
Brad is here.
Like, we can just get right into this, and
Yeah.
Let's get into the meat and potatoes.
we have the meats.
Yeah, the meat and potatoes. You guys see the sticker on his flask right there? Hold that up for the camera, Brad, over here. Yeah, there you go. Strip District Meats. This is the man, the GM. How do you say your last name, by the way?
Bengele.
Bengal. Wow, that's way
like
easier
the
than I made it.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Unfortunately, yes.
I'll take that this
That would
year.
be the sense of crappy bungholes
The reigning, defending AFC.
for any Tonys
Yeah.
out there.
Wait, did they
listening.
win the
No,
AFC?
they
I
didn't last year.
come bearing gifts.
Look at that.
They won the
Oh my
AFC North.
gosh, I
Oh,
love
man.
you.
Oh, hang on.
stickers.
Let's go through this.
You found my heart.
Yes.
Wagyu beef, black and gold jerky.
No.
You're the man. Thank you, sir.
We have some of the best beef jerky
Seriously,
in the world.
like it's Wagyu beef jerky.
I can attest
Yes.
to that, and he can attest to my statements at Strip District Meats. I get jerky literally every time I'm there.
Every time.
It's beautiful. Yeah, they're jerky. Ryan, that's not fair,
I
dude.
own this
I knew you'd be
company.
doing that.
That is fair, actually.
You can't trust that guy.
Yeah, you're fired if you don't let me take this
Yeah.
jerky. Thanks
Oh
for
my
bringing that,
gosh.
dude. That's
Yep.
awesome.
No problem.
I also madly respect the Pittsburgh camo cargo shorts, by the way. I just saw a picture the other day of Chris Dempsey with Josh Stansberry. I don't know if you guys remember him or not, but he's awesome. Fighter from Ohio, pro fighter, who's on the Ultimate Fighter and actually may have fought in the actual UFC once as well. Can't remember. But
The Ultimate Fighter, I consider to be the actual.
yeah,
UFC
for sure,
too.
for sure. They were both wearing camo cargo shorts, and I was like, this is the most Pittsburgh picture I've ever seen in my life.
I
love
used
it.
to. I honestly used to have a lot of pairs of
Oh, yeah.
the camo
For
shorts.
sure. I still do.
And now, I've heard that that's not cool. So I like.
Right.
I think
I
that-
want. I'm not as secure in myself to wear them because
Oh, they're
people are
cool.
like, oh, like blah blah, like.
Well, the style today is to wear the shorts all the way up, letting everything show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I have all those too, and I only
Really?
have one pair of camo cargo shorts, but these are the ones I always wear.
Dude,
I love them. I'm here for it.
still have some. I'm like, I'm not man enough to wear them. You obviously
Sure
are.
you are. Sure you are.
You said you
Well,
just came
I
from
don't.
India, right?
I sure did.
Well, like 70s style Daisy Dukes. I'm still stuck on like that.
Yeah,
stuck on
that's the style today.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
I'm gonna bust those out soon for you, Jim.
Yeah, and scooch
Well, I'm gonna
together
have
like
my-
we
Hunter
are.
my
and Daisy
camera
Dukes. Hunter and Daisy
You got the
Dukes.
tube socks with the stripes?
Oh, dude, you already know. Yeah,
We
Yeah.
just legit had like 9 conversations going
I
on
know.
at once.
Yeah, we got a lot of excited energy because this is an exciting night. We're handing out the Meat Bucks, the performance of the night from Brawl in the Burgh 16. 16 fights, Jim. I gotta ask you this first. How miserable were you going through 16 fights of paperwork?
Towards the end, I was like, man, 16 fights. We finally did it. We shut Ryan up. And then we never dropped a fight.
Yeah.
We had 16. And I think at one point we had, I think tentatively there was like 1 or 2 others that we could have added.
Yeah, we did lose
And-
Miguel and Chris Ianeri, so
Yeah.
17 that would have been. But yeah, we did lose that one.
Yeah. And I remember you and I talking and like looking at what we had, we both agreed that like it's solid on both sides. Not that you can look
Yeah.
at a fight card and say, well, you know, we might lose this fight here, this fight there, but like we just knew that
It's a numbers game.
yeah,
You're gonna lose like 10% of your fights.
and we didn't.
And
And it just held on, and then we got this Serbinator.
it was
So
crazy.
here's
That
the
was crazy.
funny thing that the people don't realize is like early in the year in Pennsylvania, it's a lot harder with paperwork because everything's in the calendar year. So this is our first fight of 2023. So the matchmaker in the first fight, like everyone has to get new paperwork, and it's a lot of work. Now, like, so into the July card, anyone who's already fought in Pennsylvania, they're already set to go, so they don't need to do all that stuff. But like, and then that'll translate again when we have another card later in the year. Some paperwork will be needed, some won't. But early in the year, you need almost everything from everyone.
Yeah, that's super true. And to expand on your point a little bit there, Jim, we get a feel for guys who just don't communicate well. Normally, if somebody stops answering us, stops answering our questions, oh no, he's got the busted one.
It's all right.
No, we're so B-rate. We're so B-rate here at 247 Fighting Championships. But there are fighters who like don't communicate well or just stop answering questions, and you kind of are like, okay, this fight might not happen. Nobody was like everybody did a great job, got their paperwork in. We knew we were solid from the jump. Like it was a great feeling, but at the same time, I was telling, I think Dylan Cole, I was like, I didn't consider this, but
All the way down.
weigh-ins with 16 fights, that room was packed. That
Yeah.
was crazy. Like normally weigh-ins are by far the most stressful day for me, for you, I'm sure for Ryan. Like Saturday, everybody would think the fight night is the most stressful day because that's the performance, but really that's like the payoff night. Fight nights are when things can still go wrong, when things are stressful, and when you make 16 fights at weigh-ins, dude, that was crazy. That
You
was
know
hard.
what though? It felt like it ran smooth. That every
yeah.
fighter we needed to get corner information from, we had all that stuff. Pat with the commission was getting all the stuff that he needed. When it was time to get the pre-fight physicals, you know, all the fighters were stepping up, and it seemed to run smooth.
Yeah.
A little long because we got 32 fighters to
Yeah.
get checked in and
That's a
and
lot,
checked out.
man.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And then you add in the fact that we do ceremonial weigh-ins and everything like that. Like we kind of go above and beyond in that regard, which makes it even longer, which is great. I love it. I love that we do that and everything. But when the night's over, you're just like, oh, please
Well,
let me
You
sleep.
guys have no idea how great it is. Thank you so much for those front row seats, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get up at 4:30 every day of my life, and I haven't seen one in the morning in probably 8 years.
Wait, I only know of
Until
one
Saturday.
4:30 p.m. Is there another 4:30?
Are you saying there's 2 on a clock or
Well,
something?
on that Saturday, I was up at 4:30, worked all day, got a
Oh my
shower,
God.
came out, ate per man
Did you nap?
No, not a chance.
What a savage.
I
You
sat
are
front row,
a beast, bro.
wired every fight.
Want a beer, by the way?
No.
Okay.
I would, but I just got done training and I gotta
Very fair.
drink some
You people that
electrolytes.
train, you got all. I had to train.
Okay, Danilo heard you say no. Now, do you actually want a beer, Brendan?
Danilo,
Drinking a beer.
that's not filled with beer, Danilo. No,
Not at all.
Not at all.
But yeah, man, that's funny because as you were leaving that night, I saw you and you were like, dude, I haven't been up at this hour in
No,
18 years.
I
Like,
haven't.
yeah, that was awesome.
Those
I gotta
fights were incredible. You guys did a great job. I think your
That's him.
ceremonial weigh-ins, all that plays a part of it. I was glued to your Instagram page. I
Nice.
mean, everybody I know. Look at the amount of comments you got on the
we had
post today.
7 viewers on the weigh-ins. We were really excited because we had 4 last time. Now 7. Like it was
Almost
awesome.
double.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they know they can see it when it's over too.
No, I'm making a
yeah.
joke,
Okay.
just
Yeah.
just clowning on us.
Downplaying it.
But I do want to, before we move on. You mentioned Pat Johnston. He works for the commission. Pat Johnston is an absolute animal, and he's the one that runs the show on the state side. And Pat has done a great job since he's kind of taken over the western side of the state. And so I just want to give a shout out. Pat watches the podcast. He thinks Pat's he thinks we are like anti-commission, everyone. Like, dude, we love you, bro. So thank you.
He's awesome. When he's not to say anything bad about anyone else with the commission.
I would never say anything bad from the
But you know
Pennsylvania
what,
State
Pat's
Athletic
not
Commission
you.
if your name was Greg Serb.
Certainly not you.
Everything just falls into place, and he doesn't let anything slide. If there's something that you need from him, he's got it right away.
Yeah, man, I made a post about this recently, but I'm dead serious about it. I think Greg Serb, we're lucky to have. I know you disagree, or at least we'll challenge it a little bit. But I think we're lucky to have him.
You also used to praise Nicole Castillo, and that's not
That one hasn't aged quite as well for me. But Greg Serb,
She's gonna hear this.
pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, she's our biggest fan.
And
Nicole C.
Nicole C. I did want to say the big dog Greg Serb was there Saturday night, and I kind of felt honored by that. I don't know if that's the reason, but I feel like we sold a ton of tickets. He wanted to be there. He wanted to train a guy.
Not it. Sorry,
Wanted to
dude.
train a guy, and he's like, "Here's
Train
a
a
good
guy. That was
but why train with us? He knew we were going to do things the right
was
way.
just
It was
gonna
going to
say
be a
that,
good
yep.
show.
Not true. He wanted to I hate to burst your bubble, but I know the real reason.
Don't say. Let me spread this lie. That's how the media works
No,
nowadays.
I know you're a former media guy. You're in reality now. The truth of the matter is, he wanted to introduce his staff and the judges out here. Like, this is the western side of the state, and they're more toward the eastern side of the state. So this was the only time before the official takeover that he could introduce them to. The
Okay,
guys
but
out
who else is on the West doing what we do?
No one does what we do. Honestly, I'm
Boom.
just.
That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
Here's what I'll say. People have CFFC has more money than us. They have the UFC money.
For sure.
They don't do better than us. They don't do more than us. We crush everyone. I'm sorry, AOW is our friends. They're the best one on the east side of the state.
Dude, AOW's awesome.
CFFC has the money. AOW has the pool. They're the best on the east side of the state. We're the best on the west side of the state.
Yeah, you hear fighters talk about pound for pound all the time. I think dollar for dollar, I'll go to war against any of them, man. What we do dollar for dollar, heck yeah, I'll stack it up.
I would challenge anyone.
I don't think I could have that much fun at a UFC fight
Nice.
that I had Saturday night at your fights.
Yeah.
So the UFC has a different feel. I agree with you, and the level's higher.
Right.
For sure.
But there's an atmosphere at a local fight that you could never have that atmosphere at a UFC fight.
The guys you're putting out there are so impressive. They look UFC ready to me. They come in there war ready. The amateur rules are a little bit difficult to deal with at times, but you got to protect these guys. I get it. But man, they look like pro fighters out there.
Yeah, man. We're seriously blessed, especially in Western Pennsylvania, there's such a strong wrestling, grappling background that we get a lot of these guys fresh. Like, they might be 0-0 MMA fighters, but they've competed a lot in a combat sport. Like, they're not exactly 0-0, even though their record might say that. So that card was honestly a great example of that. And we talk about it sometimes. Like, every once in a while, we'll get a fight that we're like, not insanely proud of the matchup. Like, it is completely one-sided or whatever. Bitby 16
It's
didn't
pretty
have
rare
that, man.
here,
Yeah,
honestly.
it is.
It's pretty
really
rare.
is. But every once in a while, and this goes for all regional MMA. This is not new to us or novel to us. But that Bitby 16 card was, like, I look back at that card and am just so proud of, like, what you put together, Jim. That was crazy. Like, the matchups were amazing top to bottom, and we say that as promoters all the time. But, like, we meant it. Like, there's no dissecting that one any other way. Those were legit matchups, start to finish.
And here's the challenge. We'll let you be the judge, because you can check out every single fight that has happened on BitB 16. There were 16 fights. We've condensed it down. It's going to be live on 22 The Point at 7 p.m. on Saturday night. If you didn't watch it, or you want to take, like, kind of like dissect it and see matchup by matchup what we're talking about, join 22 The Point, 7 p.m. Saturday night. Like, it's going to be wild.
Are we having a watch party like we did
probably
with
should.
UFC?
We should have a watch party. We
should.
haven't talked about it. You put
haven't
us
talked
on the
about that.
spot. But
I am.
I went home and bought the pay-per-view.
Yeah, you told me that. That was awesome. That was awesome.
It was worth it.
Went
I
straight
saw
from the
stuff
front row.
that I didn't see from
Yeah.
the front row. I drank a few too many beers that night.
okay,
That's
so
what's
let me
up.
ask you this. Do you remember how much the beers were?
No.
Okay.
Nobody remembers.
Nobody, everyone's like, I don't remember.
$7 is the going rate I've heard.
I think you wanted to get back to your seat so fast it didn't matter.
Yeah.
You bought as many beers as you could for everybody around you.
Yeah.
and
You just had
Here's my card. Let's go.
That's
Yeah.
what I like to hear.
If somebody out there listening has my number or Ryan's number or anybody in this room's number, text us and tell us how much the beers were. If you know for sure.
555-5785. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, really? I thought you were totally serious with that 555 number. I didn't realize that was a joke. Very funny. That was good. So we got
We're gonna laugh later when the joke becomes funny. Okay.
Dude, it was your joke. Anyway. Anyway, we are here for a cause tonight, and that cause is meat bucks, ladies and gentlemen. Brad, dude, seriously,
meat bucks.
this is one of my favorite things ever. As you know, I'm a big meat guy, big strip district meats guy. And
We got the fighters all talking
Dude.
about they want the meat bucks.
you
It's crazy.
saw it. You said it earlier a little bit, but what's the response been like for you going through that and just seeing this many people this excited about a gift card to your store?
I mean, I kind of thought we were onto something when we partnered up together and we decided to do a little work together. I didn't
Yeah.
think it would be as great as it is. I think what's really cool is that the level of the fighters you guys are promoting and doing everything for. They know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You got to eat right to train and to
Yeah.
compete at that level.
Yep.
And just like Jake Sack said, I mean, he needs the meat. Everybody needs the meat. I need the meat. You need the meat. We all need the meat.
We all need the meat, man.
I mean, there's so many things that I could say right now.
Have another double IPA, and then we'll get back to that statement.
But I came into the store a couple weeks ago, and you weren't there, and I didn't know you weren't there, and I kind of wandered in and was like, oh, I've never been here before. I'm like, wow, this place is like, anyone who hasn't been there before and then comes in, it's overwhelming how amazing the meat is.
We're
No,
a tiny
true.
little gem. Okay?
Oh, dude.
I-
Such a gem.
The funny thing is, I was a school teacher for 8 years. My wife was a school teacher for 10 years. It's her family's business. I didn't even know what Strip District Meats was. I was an athlete my whole life, phys ed teacher for 8 years. Total
Where
jock.
at?
Keystone Oaks.
Okay.
And I coached every sport you could. But my problem
Coach wrestling?
was... Oh, no.
Yeah.
I never wrestled.
Except for that.
Believe it or
except
not,
for that.
I never wrestled.
I
was
know
a basketball
KO
Making up for it
wrestling
now.
coaches, but
Yeah, they are wonderful at wrestling. But what it was, I was always an athlete, but I had no time, so I was eating McDonald's for every meal.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, what a foolish move. And then I meet my wife.
That's a different kind of meat.
It's not meat.
Me.
And I met my wife, and she taught me how to eat. I mean, you take me to these nice restaurants, and oh, you have this cool store. Oh, you want to take it over and run it? Yeah, sure, let's do it.
That's
and
awesome.
now it's my passion. You
Yeah.
know? And once I went on a diet of meat, and I found out what it can do for you, I'm never turning back. And I think that's why these fighters, they know.
Yeah.
You know, they want that meat.
Yeah, dude, the response has been nuts. And just for the viewers, I hope I don't correct me if I'm wrong. Your wife's dad owns and started Strip District Meats, right?
His dad did.
His dad, okay. There
So,
you go. Even better.
It wasn't that far behind, though. My wife's dad is Ray Turkis. He worked with his dad. His dad opened the place first, and then he got a job there. He went to
Nice.
CMU for an art degree and then had to leave to help his dad run the store. It started out just selling chicken, and they would make enough money, and Ray would go down the street to Woolies Wholesale and buy a piece of beef, put it in the case, sell it, get more money, go down, buy some more beef.
Wow.
And now we have grown. He has grown the business until we joined, till now that we're pretty big deal.
Oh, man, what you guys have now is unbelievable. It really is like kid in a candy store for me. Like, I would much rather have beef than candy. That's beautiful.
too.
Yeah.
Well, it's like if you're a meat guy, particularly for me, if you're a red meat guy,
Right.
and you care about it, and like I'm not to the level of you yet, but I'm starting to like I had a Wagyu 5 or 6, and
Nice.
it was like a pound cut. It was like 50.
Mind blowing.
Oh my
remember
goodness!
that text.
I burnt it. Let them burn it, but like it wasn't medium rare.
You can't really mess it up.
Yeah, it was still really good,
Right.
and it was still the best steak I've ever had. But like, I wish I wouldn't have cooked it as long because
Right.
it cooks fast.
It does.
But the meat, Jim, have you had one of those?
No.
We got to
I'm
change that
listening
very
intently
soon. We're going to change
to
that
this.
very
It's
soon.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I've had steaks at really nice restaurants, and I get nervous when I cook that steak. I was nervous. I didn't know like how long do I cook it? Like, do I do it my normal way? Like, I like steak. I like Costco steaks, you know, but I knew this was a special steak, and so. But I did overcook it a little bit, and it was still way better than everything else
Yeah.
I've ever had.
That's how I don't eat steak when I go out.
Because you're going to be disappointed.
I don't,
sure.
Yeah, I don't like buying, like having somebody do something I could do better myself. I'm not necessarily better, but I have better quality material to cook at home myself. So,
Dude. Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy a steak off a menu.
Yeah, I'm not going to name the restaurant to put them on blast because it wasn't like it was bad or anything, but my wife and I went out to a pretty high-end restaurant in Pittsburgh, and I got an Australian Wagyu ribeye, and it was like $90, something crazy like that. Maybe even more. I don't remember. But I got it, and like, it was fine. It was nowhere near the one that I sent you that I got at Strip District Meat. Like, it really was not even close. I'm like, why did I just do that? Like, I definitely should have just picked something else and made myself a steak later.
So, needless to say, you went out and you said, I want to support Pittsburgh MMA, right?
Yeah, that's nuts
Well, Danilo had a lot to do with it.
for sure.
I don't know if you guys spoke with him or anything. If you guys touch into the dojos, do you guys have anybody who wants to sponsor? I don't know if
Yeah.
it was something like that or if Danilo he's always working. His mind is always turning, and he's just the best man I know. Okay, and he came to me. He's like, I think you should sponsor 20, because a lot of our fighters were asking me to sponsor them, and boy, that's tough. Like, sponsoring amateur fighters, I don't have time to be, writing checks for flights to here or there. It's too much. Tell me what you need, I got you, but I can't plan on that. So I thought, sponsoring you guys would be better. And one, I'm helping my guys and helping you guys, because you're helping all the fighters in Pittsburgh, which I respect all of them, not just the ones from Indio Dojo, which I am biased towards them, but
For sure.
the fact that they can get in that cage and do what they do, it's just mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, I mean, we say it all the time on the podcast. The courage they show, everything they go through to get in there, man. It's an unreal sport. That's what makes it so emotional. Like on fight night, that's why we love it so much, is because we know what they've done to get there, to get to that moment, and then to deliver on it. It's something truly special. And to your point, Danilo did definitely hook that up. So thank you very much, Danilo. We maybe we'll save a pack for you, Danilo.
That's it.
No, we won't.
Just kidding. They're all spoken for.
These are I'm taking all of them.
Yeah, but when I met with you originally to go over the sponsorship tiers, something I thought was interesting was that you guys were like, we don't really advertise. Like, we don't have to
Never.
advertise. That is incredible to me, and also thank you for
When your rent
doing it, yeah.
in Lawrence or the strip district is as high as his is.
We own the building, so it's
Okay.
Nice.
Dude, rent down there is insane.
Yeah.
But you own the building. That's all. You guys have been there for a long time.
70 years, my man.
Wow.
1952.
That's awesome.
Since 1952. Drew Shannon threw that in. The incomparable Drew Shannon.
Incomparable.
He's amazing. Had to think of the word a little bit.
Yeah,
the gears
yeah.
were turning, but I got there. Yeah, dude. So thank you for your support, obviously. And this award in particular is incredible. Like,
Absolutely.
as you've seen the response, I
This
know.
award was Danilo's idea as well.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Danilo is
Danilo does
working
well.
all the time.
Danilo
He
does well,
never
man.
stops.
He is.
Super true. So should we get to? I mean, I'm sure everybody watching is here for the meat
Are we
bucks.
live voting?
Yeah, I mean, we got a pen and paper for us here. We're going to write down our votes.
First, are we voting on amateur only?
It's the whole card. The whole card is eligible. We cleared this with the PA because we were actually concerned about that the amateurs couldn't receive this, but they can. So we're good to go. Whoever
Every
you
amateur, it's a gift card, so every amateur can receive it. And even if you are a current, if you're a current NCAA athlete, you're also allowed to receive it.
Oh,
We
Yeah.
checked.
we did
that's
our homework.
something to look at.
We did
That's
our
very
homework
smart.
here,
We got
sir.
a couple of those.
All right, Danny Palm, let's get us some paper and pens over here so we can cast these votes. I will point out, if you guys saw the video this morning where Ryan said it seemed like I was in slow motion, which I appreciate.
I totally I texted you. I was like, dude, what was up with that like your what are they called?
Real?
Reel, yeah.
Reel?
I was like, what's up with your reel? And he's like,
What do you mean?
what do you mean? And I was like, dude, you seem like you just had lobotomy surgery.
I mean, that's true, but you need to have a brain to have a lobotomy.
Yeah, and
Like,
that's what
the
you
problem.
responded.
Yeah. Yeah, so obviously that's not the case. Honestly, it was just 420, and obviously I was in slow motion on 420. So
420.
it's really the
doesn't-
funny part
he
is that I
actually
don't
doesn't.
smoke
He
at all.
actually doesn't.
Everybody thinks I'm a huge stoner. The hair, the attitude, and I'm genuinely not. But I'm happy to play the part. All right,
So
let's
we're
vote.
writing down one name.
We're
One
writing
name.
One name.
I don't know how to do
Okay,
this.
so
I'm sorry,
let's,
Brad.
Yeah, let's have
right,
a
yeah,
little
wait,
bit of
the pros
a
make money, right?
format to this.
The pros do make money, correct?
But that should not
that
affect
should
your
not
vote.
influence your vote.
Do not. It's performance of the night, and we told all of them that this was up for grabs, and if you wanted to win it, be impressive.
Oh man, that's tough.
And so it's performance of the night, not performance of the year.
So
not
if you just
performance
wanna
of the
look at that,
decade,
that's top to bottom.
not performance of the month.
So in the red
or week.
at the top, you see Ethan Goss. and then if you
Performance of the
scroll
night.
down, that shows you red corner and all the fights.
I really wanted to vote for an amateur, but I can't.
Ooh.
This-
So I also I was
no-brainer.
actually with the real talk before we got real talk. That's funny. Before we got distracted, I was going to point out that was an open vote, by the way. So all of you guys who commented were actually voting for your fighter. We tallied the votes. There were very strong performances from Dan Walters, Blair Phillips.
I love that guy, Dan Walters.
Oh, dude, Dan Walters
He
is
is a
awesome.
beast.
He's really really good.
We had a match with Dan Walter. I think Evan
Yeah,
Garucci.
it was Hoot Lee. Yeah,
Oh man, I was nervous.
Yeah.
Hoot handled it, but
It was a
Dan
great
is
fight.
a great fighter.
Dan's awesome.
Dan can throw some.
So
hands.
here's the thing, like he's the future. Like, he's the underdog. He's
is.
the guy that's flying under the radar that's going to blow up soon. So
Yeah.
watch out for him.
2 and
Now,
1.
We also have to write down the people's choice.
That's what I just
Oh,
did.
you just
Yeah,
did?
yeah.
Okay, great.
So
How do you know the people's choice?
We
I
counted
tallied it.
them.
Yeah, I tallied it. So that's Dan Walters had a good showing for the people. Blair Phillips had a good showing for the people. Jake Zach had a really, really good showing for the people. But by far the
you write
people's
down?
vote was James Leto. James Leto won the people's vote, so I wrote James Leto on one.
That's
that
one of
says fan
them.
vote.
And you're going to call them all off. So that's one of the votes.
Yep.
We're the worst at doing this.
What's wrong
That's
with
your
this?
vote.
This is
He
You're
uses
gonna-
that word "we" a lot.
Yeah, this system is great. I have no idea
You
what he's
have the
talking
worst
about. This is
system there's
beautiful.
ever been.
We're building
So
suspense.
he's giving you his vote.
Okay, I'll read the votes.
Does Selena
That
get a
works.
vote?
Do you want to vote, Selena?
Yeah.
Right on.
Okay,
All right.
Selena gets a vote. So, folks, if you
Don't
don't
look
get
at
on
it, though.
camera, you're not getting a
It's a
vote.
secret.
I'm just saying.
The
Like,
only
you got to get on camera if you want to vote.
the only votes I know are the fan vote and my vote right now. That was a fast vote. She's been thinking about this for a while.
Give my vote and get on camera and say hi.
Take the vote.
Selena.
Come on.
The trauma.
right.
We just caused childhood trauma on 247
Oh
Live.
my goodness.
This is
It's
I've
everywhere.
never seen someone who didn't want to be around us.
any more than this. I wish that was true, but I see people who don't want
Selena,
to be
that
around
vote
us.
have
doesn't
kids
count
and a
because you're
wife.
not on camera.
Yeah.
There's people right there that don't want to be around you.
All right.
We got them all right
So,
here, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll do it.
All right. The big
I'm gonna-
cheese reading the votes.
Hold on,
This
hold on.
is
Before you
every
do that,
vote. We already know
are we
one
gonna
of them.
mention any fights like that are
In
that we
contention?
think are in contention?
For sure, we
yeah,
are-
let's build this up. a
Yeah,
little
let's
bit.
build it up. So we talked about Dan Walters. For sure, that's in contention. A quick 40-second knockout, whatever that was. Amazing, flawless victory. For sure, you're in contention with something
Both
like
of his
that.
wins by stoppage.
First round.
He was in Fight of the Year contention. 3 fights
Yeah.
that turned everybody's heads
Yeah.
in each one.
He's
But
super
that
legit.
doesn't have anything to do with performance of the
For
night.
sure.
Well, sure, it does in the sense
He
that
finished.
yeah, like each
amateur.
fight,
It's one
is-
night,
like,
one fight.
is- I understand, but each fight he builds upon the last. So how do you go from a fight of the year contender and build on that in your next fight?
Totally
You got to
agree.
have another
all I'm
performance.
saying is, in my opinion, the way I see it is you judge the night and you judge the one who beat the others that night.
That's why my vote was pretty easy.
Very fair.
All right.
All right,
So let's
Hang on. Hey, let's talk about more contenders. Before, let's keep you guys waiting. This meat is worth the wait. Trust me.
Okay, so that was like middle of the card.
Yeah.
Top of the card, like if we just go straight to the pros, you got a story with Goss and Harbaugh. You got a story with Justin and Derek Patterson, and then a story with Lapari and Cody Matthews.
Every
Yeah,
fight had a
easy.
story. Honestly, this was the card where every fight had a story.
Truly.
And we didn't even talk about. I mean, that's like I think that's just where we got to go. There might be like 2 amateur fights, but that crazy fight with Glenn Christner
Oh, dude.
and Blair
Oh,
Phillips.
dude. That
Which
fight
one
was,
was that?
insane.
That's where the one of the commission officials and the ringside doctor both jumped up
Yeah, he was
to the
out.
cage door.
He was out.
He
and
looked totally
like,
out, for
Stop the
sure.
fight! Stop the fight!
That's the best part about me going home and watching that pay-per-view was seeing the stories of these fighters.
Right.
His story coming into the ring. Oh, it's a vacation when he gets in there. That guy was awesome. Then he was out. I was in the front row. We were all screaming. He is
He
out.
admitted
He
it
is
himself.
limp.
So I just want to give a huge shout out for our commentators, Ryan Kavanaugh and Luke Payson. Those guys are true professionals. They do their homework. They know this sport inside out, but they also know the fighters. They
Yes.
spend time with them. They make sure they know the storylines.
Yep.
Those guys, and they hooked us up with super sponsor promos.
Yeah.
Like they talked about our sponsor. They do everything we ask them to do at such a high level. So huge shout out Ryan Kavanaugh, Luke Payson. We love you guys. Thank you for all you do.
Man, they're super pros, and I'm glad that you pointed that out too,
Yeah.
Brad, because they put a lot of time and effort. This is something that I've learned since being in this role for sure. Like normally when you watch a broadcast, watch a UFC fight, you're not thinking about all the little intricacies that go into that. But all that info, all the graphics on the screen, all of that is planned. That's not accident. It's not accidental that a production goes the way it does. And seeing that from our side, like you said, we got the right guys for the job, needless to say. They crush it.
And then one other thing before we go to the votes. I can't tell you how proud I am of the fighters on this card and how much they all put forth so much effort. And there were fighters that were losing bad that won. There were fighters that were losing bad that never gave up. There's a rare thing in promoting sports and promoting MMA where like there's no pretenders. Like there were no pretenders tonight.
Yeah,
there were no
truly.
pretenders on Brawl in the Burgh 16, and those guys are all beasts. And so thank you all for showing
There's
up.
two words that drove that. We all know what those two words are, right? Come on.
I'm waiting.
You
on
know what they are.
Meat bucks.
There you go. There you go.
He did know it. I'm glad you asked him and not me, because I would have been like,
who's getting the meat bucks? Here's the votes.
all
One
right,
at a
let's go.
time.
Let's go. One at a time.
Let's go. Here we go. We got one for Cody Matthews.
Cody Matthews on the board for a vicious knockout.
Every shirt I saw said Victor LaPerry on it. The roof was blowing off that place when he came down.
Oh, yeah.
Cody Matthews knocked him out cold.
Yep. After losing the first round.
After
Great
getting
comeback.
dominated in the
Victor's
first
mom
round.
was sitting directly behind me.
That's sad.
It
that
was
that
sad.
sucks. But
Victor handled it like
special.
a champ, got
He
up,
did.
hugged him. It was great.
he really did. Oh, 125er Cody. Cody Matthews, vote number
2
2.
votes.
Off to a strong start here, Cody. Is your tummy rumbling yet?
2-0. Let's go this one. Fan vote.
All right, James Leto.
James
with the fan
Leto.
vote.
Fan vote.
He's an absolute beast.
Such a monster.
Dude.
That guy is all like, I know he's a great wrestler. I know he's a really, really great wrestler. He's such a good mixed martial artist.
Dude.
Oh,
How about his chin?
Oh, dude.
he took
Unbelievable.
it twice
When I
hard.
rewatched that, I didn't see
dude.
the vicious blows he took.
Dude, the first one, and obviously you're an Indio guy. You know full well how insane Ken Burrs is. He's
Wow.
a total beast. The first knockdown, obviously, his eyes rolled back. Like, I had the most perfect angle of it that you could have. His eyes rolled back. I'm like, dude, he's fully out. And he just somehow, like, came back to life when he hit the ground. I was like, oh, my God, he's
I don't
still
know
in
if
it.
I'm more impressed with his wrestling or his chin.
Yeah,
I really,
but seriously.
I can't believe he took a shot like that and won the fight.
For sure.
Yeah,
Vote
there's a
number
still-
4.
There's a still photo of him where he took a shot and you see his
Spit and sweat.
It's crazy.
It's beautiful.
Man.
Vote number 4. James Leto.
Oh, James
boy.
Leto. We got 2-2
Getting
right
hungry.
now.
Getting hungry.
Ooh,
we'll think
boy.
we'll do this one.
It's a full
What do we
sheet.
got there?
Oh my goodness.
Cody Matthews
Yo.
takes the lead. Cody Matthews winning a split decision right now.
Oh boy. We're gonna have to get the commissioner down.
Is
here.
this the last
Score
vote?
it.
Is this the last vote?
No, we got one more.
Oh, we got one more.
Next to last vote. Let's go to this one.
Boy.
So that one's
James Leto.
so that one's clearly Cody Matthews though.
Oh, what are we gonna
And the tiebreaker is Cody Matthews.
Oh man.
Cody Matthews, ladies ladies and gentlemen.
Hang on.
Shock the world.
Is he from Pittsburgh?
He is not from Pittsburgh. He's from Frostburg, Maryland, I believe.
Okay.
He fights like a Pittsburgh guy, though.
He does, and obviously,
quit.
obviously, 125 pounds. He needs to eat a little, right?
He sure
he needs
does.
a little
But I don't know,
sustenance.
man. He got some power.
Oh, dude, that
Yeah.
power at 25 is crazy. And before, like, we'll continue to talk about this for a second. I need to shout out Jake Zach because
Oh, man.
do not think that we did not watch your promo and your post-fight interview and everything you did to get these meat bucks repeatedly. I know I was texting Brad about it.
I
He's
loved
like,
it.
He's like, dude, I love this guy. At the end of the day, this card was just insane. Somebody was getting snubbed. We talked about Dan Walters, Blair Phillips. There were so many performances on this card that were genuinely worthy. And on any other card, Jake Zach probably would have won the meat bucks easily. Just so happens that you had to deal with a fight of the year and a knockout of the year on this card. It's a very tough break. Jake, this is my offer to you. If you make the drive to Pittsburgh, I will go to Strip District Meats with you and pick up your tab.
Oh, yeah.
That's my offer. So,
Well, didn't I tell you today?
but keep
that
it reasonable, dude.
Didn't I tell you today that I was going to bring a second gift card?
I believe you did, sir.
I actually did. So, I mean, I don't know if you want to have a runner-up.
Yeah, I mean, well,
This card
let's
was
look.
so stacked, I couldn't vote. I wanted an amateur to win.
Yeah.
But how do you not choose those pro
Right,
fights?
right.
First of all, I couldn't pick between Cody Matthews and Ethan Goss.
Right.
Ethan
I
Goss
know.
is getting ground and pounded, and all of a sudden he sweeps the guy and gets a mounted guillotine victory. Who does that?
One-arm guillotine.
What?
Insane. That's like Chris Dempsey stuff
It
right
was
there.
insane. And then the interview after, he's a pro
Dude, that
fighter.
was
The seconds
fire.
before that, the
Fire,
reverse
dude.
crucifix.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff. I mean, let's be honest. We got 7 votes, and it was 4 Matthews and 3 Lito. So a runner-up gift card is more than fair in this case, where it's clearly between 2 guys. So yeah, he announced that. I don't know if you heard it, that he's
I
given the
brought a
runner-up.
second gift card because we've been talking all week. I thought we were going to go through every fight because any one of those fights, I think the way I did it, I narrowed it down to who finished. Mm-hmm. Decision wasn't going to win because,
Fair.
I mean, I had to have a finish. And Jake Zach,
Jay,
Dude.
Jay,
he was close.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
here's the thing. Jake Zach didn't get any votes, and I feel like Jake Zach would have gotten like performance of the night on 90% of cards.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You must have been when you were out there.
I
I
was
said
going-
almost verbatim that. Like, it just so happens you competed on a ridiculously stacked card, and that
Yeah,
sucks.
and 16 fights and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
bunch of good ones.
Wait till you rewatch it. It's funny because I call him Fluffy, Hootley,
Yeah,
Clayton
yeah.
Lee, whatever
Right.
you want to call him. It was the same exact fight right before Jake Zach
Yeah.
finished the same exact way.
That's a great point. Didn't even connect those dots until now, but you're right.
Clayton was he's a dominator,
Oh,
man.
dude.
Holy cow.
That kid's
Vicious.
insane.
Dude, listen, I'm a promoter. The guy sells tickets.
He sure
He
does.
wins fights. He's really good.
Brings fans.
And the last part of that is he needs to figure out the whole promotional side. He needs to promote himself and be like he's the complete package minus that. Like let's work with him.
so in his defense, I only see him at the gym every single time I'm there. So
Wow. Well,
I mean,
that's
and
it.
I even
Every
heard
time?
James Leto watching that. I think he said he does 2 days every day.
Yeah.
I think all those guys must do 2 days every day. Am I wrong?
To get, I mean, I don't know about all of them, but when you're talking about this
All
elite
those
level,
stout
yeah,
guys,
yeah.
all-
For sure, when you get to that level, you just have to. I mean,
Yeah.
Ethan was in here on Sunday talking about it. Like, you don't get where he is in the game without doing stuff like
man.
that. Because if you're not, somebody else is, and they're just going to lap you every
I'd
time.
like to know what he means by 2-a-days because he's probably doing 20 hours of training a day by the looks of that
Oh
kid.
man,
He might even
insane,
start
dude.
at that.
Are you
one-
you're talking about me?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I do curls.
Ears burning or what?
He's
How'd you
so
know?
strong.
Insane. To out wrestle Ken, that honestly surprised
That was
me.
like
it
the
really
clash of the Titans.
did. Yeah.
I don't know that Kenny was, expecting that much wrestling. Mm-hmm. But still, those two beasts.
Well, the thing
going at
that
each other.
surprised me most about that entire fight was the level of aggression that Leto had. He came out like, you have nothing for me,
Right.
and that's a mentality you can't teach, and that'll also get you places.
Right.
If you have, it's dangerous.
It's
but
confidence too.
at the same time, it can get you. It can make that next step. It can take you to that next level. And
Yeah.
man, he was on fire.
And what he was dealing with.
Yeah,
Behind the
that puts it.
scenes.
That's and full disclosure, I voted for Leto, and that's exactly why. When you combine everything that went into that fight for him, that for me, performance of the night. I totally understand Cody Matthews as well. Believe me, that what he did is phenomenal. Shut an entire arena up, and the knockout itself, even
and
without
came
that,
back from
yeah.
getting dominated.
Yeah,
If Leto submits Burgh in the first round, grabbing his back, when
Different
he had
story.
it for 2 minutes,
yeah, that's a different
I'm
story
voting for Leto.
for sure.
Only because Kenny's trained by Danilo.
Yeah, exactly.
But that
that's-
didn't happen.
That's big props to Burgh. Though.
Yes.
For
I thought the
sure.
fight was over then, and like we're
Yeah.
sitting next to each other,
I know. And I was
looked
like,
at each
oh
other like,
my.
yeah, we could not believe what we were seeing. Like
I knew it
instantly,
wasn't gonna be
it was
over.
an attack, and he got out of it.
I legit said before the fight, like, that was my fight of the night pick, and I said, like, kind of creeping up to the fights, I'm like, that's either gonna be the best fight ever, or it's gonna be a dud.
An absolute dud. Where
And when
neither guy
he's
does it.
choking him, and like, it's appearing to be over in like a minute,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what a disappointment.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like
And
that.
then he fights back. And then the second round is literally the greatest second round of
sure.
a fight
I
we've
know.
ever had.
Dude.
That second round blew my mind. Man.
That crowd for that second round, when Leto's just completely on the offensive, completely throwing caution to the wind, just winging, and Burrs clips him with that counter draw. The crowd went so nuts.
Did you
Oh my
notice
God.
when you watched it, like, the crowd, like, the cameras don't catch the feel
sound,
in the building, because
know.
it was complete electric with Lipari's fight, with Leto's fight, with Hoot Lee's fight,
Yeah.
like all
Yeah.
of those things, and the crowd, like the
cameras
the
don't. It
cameras,
It doesn't do it justice
doesn't,
at all.
like,
No.
if you've never been to a regional like fight, Brawl in the Burgh 17 is coming on July 15th, and guess what? It's going to be crazy.
You know what we have the day before that, Ryan?
July 14th, my birthday. That's what you're talking about, right?
Oh, actually, something way better than your birthday, which is not a very high bar to be fair. But I'm talking about Sprawl in the
What
Burgh.
is this?
Sprawl in the Burgh, live cage grappling, July 14th at the Monroeville Convention Center.
What?
Yes, sir. Double header for your 247 fighting boys here.
Wow. Like, tickets aren't available yet, are they?
Dude, could you imagine if you would type in 247fighting.com on any phone or computer right now and just buy tickets? Because you totally can. They're available. 247fighting.com.
Wow.
What is this cage grappling Sprawl in the Burgh?
We're literally breaking the news to him right now. This is real.
I saw it
breaking
on your
news.
site.
Yeah.
Oh, oh.
But I need to know what it is.
All right, so it's cage grappling, super fights, a whole night of great grappling action, submission only,
No
and
gi.
no gi, and it's gonna be fabulous.
Is it combat jujitsu? Or they have the open
No.
hand strike?
No,
No.
It's still illegal in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah, this is straight up submission grappling. I mean,
But
I'm
they
super
do
excited.
smoke weed before. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, is Edwin on that card?
It's not a part of it. Like,
It's not formal, but yeah, man, we're super excited to get into that. We're going to have some really high level black belts on that for sure. A couple white and blue belt matches as well, but majority kind of the upper belts.
we're
We're working on it right now.
there's some people on there that want to be matched, that we're working on matching, that are the who's who.
Yeah.
Yeah, just from one school, I know that there are 3 black belts and 3 brown belts who will be on the card.
And that's
Insane.
Baker Elementary School.
Nice. Yeah, man. So that's super exciting. Obviously, we got that to look forward to. Gonna be hard to follow up. We heard it a lot from our other sponsor, Russ Green, Go Green Windows and Construction. He texted me probably like 6 times throughout the night Saturday at BitB16. He was like, "Bro, I don't know how you guys are ever gonna follow this one up." And I'm like, "Hey, man, we're gonna do it."
Thank you for the challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. We're
We
up to
got
the challenge.
Selena on our side.
Yeah. But yeah, man, this is awesome. So to be clear, to recap for everybody, because it kind of got confusing with the runner-up stuff, Cody Matthews is getting a $200 gift card to Strip District Meats based on voting. James Leto is getting
It's based on him performing.
well, for sure. For sure. That
Awesomely.
goes without saying. James Leto is getting $100 to Strip District Meats. So Cody, 200, Leto, 100. Active right now. I actually have the $200 gift card. So Cody, link up with me. I know you have my contact info, my phone number, and everything. So for sure, hit me up.
I
and
got
we'll
the
arrange a good-
$100 one in my truck, so I'll
There you
bring
go.
it in for you after
Sweet.
the show.
So both of you guys link up with me, and I'll have your gift cards, and we'll go shopping for meat, and I'll probably buy some stuff while I'm there too, because I can't help myself when I'm there.
Make sure
like-
you ask for me when you're there. too.
Absolutely. He's
I tried that. It didn't work. You weren't there.
weren't there.
I don't work Mondays. That's about it.
Dude, we
It
have
was
to.
a Saturday.
I work.
It was a
that
Saturday.
way.
He just said he wasn't
Yeah.
there. He's like, "Who is it, Ryan?" Yeah, I'm not here.
yeah.
Tell him I'm not here.
Dude, we didn't even talk about it, but at Strip District Meats, we talked about the amazing beef, pork, chicken, jerky, everything you guys have. We did not talk about exotic game once, and I feel like that's the thing that like just totally puts you guys over the edge. Like
It's pretty cool.
that cooler in the back has
We're known for
everything,
it.
dude. Like everything.
That was one of Ray's final additions. Once he couldn't add any other, pork, beef, chicken, sausage, kibasi, everything. He's like, what else could I do here? And we have this supplier that he's kind of close with on the West Coast. They talked, and he just started buying some venison. He filled up a case. He'd buy some Wagyu beef. Now we have everything that you can farm raise. I mean, if you want to eat a whole alligator, I'll sell it to you. If you want a whole iguana, if you want
Iguana.
rattlesnake, antelope, elk, anything you can farm raise, I'm selling.
Yeah.
I'm getting text right now saying, what?
What is the what's the most ridiculous thing that you've eaten? Like, what was the craziest meat you've eaten out of that store? Iguana sounds crazy. Did you try iguana?
I did.
What's
try
that
the
like?
iguana. I had a couple.
He raised it.
I had a couple guys from Thailand working for me at one time. They were so cool. They could cook amazing food. They taught me how to do the jungle curry, and it changed my life. But they bought this iguana, and we cut it up on the saw. Those things stink. Dude. They're just nasty creatures. But after he was done cooking it, it was
Not so
very,
nasty
very
anymore.
good. I mean,
That's awesome.
He did an alligator as well, the same way. He got a whole alligator, put it into cubes.
Do they stink as much as an iguana?
No.
Interesting.
Something about an
Nothing
iguana.
stinks like an
Interesting.
iguana.
So
Wow.
let's back up about
That's a fun
30
fact.
seconds. What's this that changed your life? The jungle curry.
It's just a way for me to eat a lot more meat. If you can make meat taste good, you can eat a lot of meat. Meat is like a performance-enhancing drug, if you ask me.
Totally agree.
That's all I do.
So using the
I just use
curry
meat.
spice and
I use a lot of different things. They mash everything up, onion, garlic, everything's fresh ingredients. The ginger.
if I could, I'd put curry on everything.
I'm a big time fan of curry. I had some Indian curry today.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love me some curry.
Big curry. Now I want some. Can we order that? Do they deliver?
course.
Is there a place that delivers that to us? Dude, this has been awesome, guys. Thank you for watching. Obviously, what do we got? What do we got, Jim?
Come on.
What do we got,
There's
dude?
no way we can talk about BitB 16, Brawl and the
Okay,
Bird 16
okay.
without talking about the man.
Man.
Come on.
Oh,
You-
dude, you're right. You're 100%
Come
right.
on.
And I feel terrible. Dude, Joe LaRocca. I am sorry, Joe LaRocca, that I almost ended this live without talking about Joe LaRocca. So, Mullet Man, our golden girl, as you said before, Ryan. Dude, what a performance. Dylan Geraci is very, very good.
Very good.
And Joe, in his MMA debut, struggled mightily on the ground against Elijah Davis. it was pretty clear that Joe had a grappling deficiency in that fight. It was like, all right, if you want to beat Joe LaRocca, take him down. That's the path to victory.
But Elijah had trouble with him on the feet.
Sure. He
And
cracked him.
Elijah's pretty darn good on the feet.
Absolutely. And then Joe LaRocca bounces back with a 9-second knockout win. Just, oh my God. Oh, like, what do you even say about that?
So who is this guy,
Who
right?
is he? This fight gets to the ground, gets put in a triangle immediately by Geraci, and spends almost a full 2 minutes locked in a triangle.
It was
just
like a
defending.
minute and 40.
Yeah. And then comes out round 2
Hold on, but how did
Go
he
ahead.
come out of that at the end of the round?
smiling.
Popped up.
How
and
else
he's
would he?
Smiling.
How-
He's like, oh yeah.
How else
There's
would Joe
no
LaRocca come
other
out of it?
Joe LaRocca way.
Brad, is being in a locked-in triangle for 2 minutes fun?
No.
Joe LaRocca looked like he thought that was pretty fun.
No, my
Like,
brother.
I had a blast.
My brother had to pay Danilo rent the other day because he took a nap from the triangle. You know what I mean?
You've been here for a month. You've been asleep for a month. I'm going to have to charge you. That's beautiful.
A 2-minute triangle. That's impressive.
Yeah,
He
it-
must not have had it locked in.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. But
Yeah.
it honestly
was
looked
tight.
tight. It honestly
It was
looked
tight.
tight.
Try to get out of a triangle for 2 minutes. That's
Oh,
probably
dude.
worse.
Also exhausting, yeah. And then LaRocca comes out round 2, throwing bombs. They traded on the feet for about 10 seconds back and forth. LaRocca gets the takedown, immediately transitions to the back, and gets a rear naked choke out of nowhere. I was like, he's got a ground game now.
Is this real
He's got
life?
a ground game now. And Geraci texted me the next day. I was talking to him about it. I was thanking him for coming and fighting because he's really good. He's a super talented guy, and we loved having him in his team. So I was like,
And they're pros, man. They're pros.
yeah, like I want you guys back for sure. Like, don't even worry about the loss. That's the game. Somebody wins, somebody loses. I don't care about that.
Somebody wins, somebody learns.
Yep, exactly. And that was his mentality. And he said, by the way, Joe LaRocca has bricks for hands. He told me, he's like, dude, that guy hits hard. So he was like, I didn't really want any more of that on the feet after I felt that. So LaRocca, freakish power on the feet, apparently. Fun fact.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, yeah,
Joe LaRocca, you're a legend, bro. Keep doing your thing.
absolutely.
Be you. Don't just do what you're doing.
Also, shout out, Joe LaRocca was wearing a Gojira shirt at weigh-ins, one of my favorite bands, one of my favorite metal bands. Did not take him for a Gojira guy being
Shout
with his
out to
walkout
this.
music
What
and
the
Golden Girl
heck's this
shirt.
guy talking
Dude,
about?
that's huge. That's huge. The real ones know. The real ones watching know right now.
Oh
they know.
my goodness.
Is that like Godzilla?
It is.
Gojira?
Can we
it's how
go
you
back
say it in
to
Japanese, yeah.
when you were
It
just
is.
waking up? Hey everybody,
Hey guys, this is Hunter Homestack
Hunter
here.
Homestack.
Oh shit!
Hello,
Sorry.
people.
Here to talk
What'd
to
you
you
do?
guys about some meat bucks. I
got
hit,
him pumped
hit
up.
your mic
He
stand.
definitely got them all pumped up, though.
Here's the meat buck results: 4 votes for Cody Matthews, 3 votes for James Lito. Your winner by split decision, Cody Matthews, $200. James Lito, $100. Like I said, guys, hit me up. I'll coordinate getting you there, getting you your gift cards, and we'll. Cody, obviously, bring a cooler because you're going to have to go back to Maryland. Keep that stuff fresh till you get there.
Most of you guys sold a ton of tickets. Thank you so much.
Or you
Like,
can come and get
it's
it
awesome.
for July 15th weekend because he'll be on the card.
Or that. Or that. Let's go.
Code, are you up for it?
Let's go, Cody.
Let me know.
Just let me know. Hit me
Jim's
up.
already matched.
Buck Mini.
Like it's all. Hey guys, July 15th, matching MMA. October 21st, matching MMA. He'll match you whenever you want. Like there's fight cards all over. And July 15th or July 14th, which is my birthday. Thank you. Danny Palm will match you for grappling. Cage grappling all night long, baby. We're going to do it.
Let's go, dude. I'm gonna have to eat this jerky like as soon as this stream is over.
Dude,
Let's
I'm going to
go.
have to eat some like rail yard as soon as
For
this stream's over.
sure. Thank you guys for tuning in. Means a lot to us. Obviously, thank you all the fighters. Like we said, 16 fights and not one disappointing fight on the card. This was almost impossible to pick, but thank you guys for everybody who came out, put on a show. We're running it back in July. Brad, obviously, thank you, dude. You're
Heck
the
yeah,
man.
thank
You're
you.
the best.
20 to the point this Saturday night, 7 p.m. Please join. Watch on television. If you don't have 22 the point, get on the 22 the point website and watch live there. It's going to be awesome.
At least see what these guys are putting out. And watch a couple fights. You will not be disappointed. I promise you. For free,
Yeah.
you're not going to find it. If you want to watch UFC, what do you got to subscribe to 37 different
Exactly.
things for the year?
Yeah, yeah,
This
that's
is
very
free.
true.
Huge thank you to Strip District Meats for making this all happen. Thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Glad
you're
to
the
be a
man.
part.
Let's go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, buddy.